Okay, welcome back to the Dish with Trish podcast. Co-host of the day is Mom.
Woo-hoo.
Actually, this isn't a podcast anymore.
What is it? Really?
I got canceled.
No.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Podcast one canceled my show.
So now what do you do? What was that? You never told me that.
I know. I was telling you and Callie. I told for the first time on the podcast. I wanted to get your guys' reaction. We are canceled.
Probably because you can't get guests in either.
Or
Or what? They tell you? Why?
no. They just are like, we took a look at our programming and, we don't have in the budget to produce your show anymore. I'm like, first of all, it's no budget. I bought the equipment. I do the recording. I have pretty much it's just like one person that edits and uploads it, but I guess they just let me go out of my contract. But you had a better reaction than Callie. Callie was like, no, you're lying. No, I don't believe you.
You were too, but
No, we're canceled, but as we talked about in the last podcast with Callie, canceled, but I'm always canceled and I always thrive better alone. So I'm going to continue the show because it's my YouTube channel and I have the equipment. All right. The seafood boil place was closed, so we are not getting food there. So we're
deep cleaning if they want.
They're deep cleaning at the Boiling Crab on Sundays, so don't go there on
Is that
Sundays.
what it's called? The Boiling Crab?
Yeah, that is what it's called. We love the Boiling Crab. Please sponsor us. We're also looking for sponsors now that I'm no longer with Podcast One. If you want to sponsor me, Trisha Paytas, YouTube@yahoo.com. Email will be below. Sponsor me. We'll take anyone, any sponsor. My mom is over the age of 60, so if you have a senior citizen sponsorship, like adult diapers or something, my mom can try it out. That's the advantage
I
of...
would like to because I'm going on a trip pretty soon. I'm thinking of that. Then I won't have to stop.
I don't know another podcast that has an over 60 person, so
Thank you. Yeah.
I feel like
Right
those
here.
companies...
I'm going to have to put that out on my YouTube.
Yeah, I feel like that's our advantage of having you as a guest co-host at times because you're over 60.
Okay.
Adult diapers, what else would you like to try for senior citizens?
First, I thought you were putting a thing out to AARP.
What's AARP? What is that?
You have to be 55 to be in it. It's an old people's thing too, but I think you get discounts and stuff. I never used it. I don't really know why
You're
you
not
get
in
it.
it?
I am in it, but I've never used I think I used it once at Denny's. I think you get like a discount for your food.
Oh.
Remember, it wasn't
No,
like when
I
we
don't
were
know.
at Sherman Oaks, but
Where's your social security? Have you gotten that yet?
ooh, October 1st.
October 1st.
I know.
That was August.
I thought it was September 1st.
October 1st. Oh, that's the day Grandpa died. Grandpa
yeah.
October 1st.
Oh.
2001. It's right shortly after the September 11th attacks. It's
Yeah.
very sad.
Yeah, it made him really sad because he's a veteran, and to see all that, it's like it's not normal for him to see like attacks. Everything was like normal growing up, and even for him, like even if he saw this stuff going on now, like the writing he would just
That's
that would make him so sad.
How old would he
Yeah.
have been?
Now? Well,
Yeah.
that would have been almost 20 years minus one, so he was 68.
Oh,
He'd
yeah.
be 87.
Some people live that long though. Like, look at
Yeah. Look at
Grandma
Clint
Bus.
Eastwood. Isn't he
how
like?
old is he?
I swear he's 90.
Oh, but he's looking his age now. I saw him recently, and I was like, oh,
In
he's
that
looking...
movie, what was he in? I want to say The Mole, but I don't know if that's it.
Oh, I didn't see.
And
him.
he was running drugs illegally because they knew they wouldn't stop him because he was an older man.
Oh, I wonder
I
how
swear
old
he's
he
like
is.
90. But
90. I mean, Betty White. How old is she?
oh gosh, she must be almost 100.
I know.
I
Every time
think
she's
she's short of it.
every time she's trending, people always think she died. I'm like, well, eventually she will.
Well, she's probably one of the older ones left.
She's kept with it though. Remember when I did To Tell the Truth when I was on that show, like the reboot, and she was on there, and I was like, she was totally like with it. She was like,
When you were on it?
yeah, remember I was
Did you
on
meet
it?
her? Was
Yeah.
Oh, was she nice? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we did the selfie. Remember, I was like the inventor of the selfie stick. It was like,
Oh.
and then we took a selfie, all of us together, and she was like, yeah. I mean, I met her briefly, but she was with it. She was up and down, and I remember her handlers were telling her like, oh, sit down. She goes, no, I'm gonna stand up for the picture. Like, she was like with it still, which I thought was interesting.
I love her because she said her favorite food are hot dogs. She has one every day.
Really?
I gotta try that.
I can't get into hot dogs.
I know.
That's your favorite. I saw you do a Wiener Schnitzel one. The thumbnail was very... My mom has a YouTube channel, by the way, youtube.com/Lena Paytas.
Yes.
She's doing it taste tests.
Very simple. I don't edit. Just me. All my people, if you're watching this, thank you. They're all so nice comments.
No.
I'm like...
You have like no haters on your page.
Even this one lady goes, how do you can eat fast food all the time and look the way you do? It's like... First of all, I said, I replied. I don't usually reply to a lot of people, but I'm like, first of all, I said, just do fast food when I do a video for YouTube.
But that's all all you eat. I mean, my mom just eats like that one meal and that's it.
But then I have leftovers for the rest of the day, so I said I'd spread it out for the whole day. And
Yeah, you've always
but I swim now too, so that helps.
Yeah, you've got. Wait, now you do? Is it open?
Yeah, I've been swimming the last couple of weeks, about 3 to 4 times a week.
Did you go on your date? Your wine date by the pool?
No, I didn't.
Did he ask?
I just said, I'm just quarantining because I want to go see some of my friends out and about.
Are you going out? Are you going to go travel? Are you going to do your road trip?
I am, and then on the way back, I'm going to go to Vegas and see a friend. I called that person yesterday, so...
Is this the one from high school?
No, he's in Reno.
This is the one from your town that you live in? That you used to live
right. Yeah, he used to be friends. And I want to check out, too. Like, he lives in a cool condo place that I'm thinking of buying. It's like a 2-bedroom. It's like a grotto, swim pool, a gym, 2-car garage for $215,000.
Wow, that's crazy. So what's that down payment, like $40,000, $20,000?
I don't even know. Now,
I guess it depends on what your thing is.
And he said if you want to Airbnb it, they just take it all over for you, and you don't have to worry about it. Just say you can do it for those amount of days. I'm like, hello. And maybe I'll live up there for the 6 months of residency, and then my taxes will be way low.
Yeah, I mean, Callie's looking to go to Vegas. I think Vegas is a good option. My mom's also a good example of anyone over 60 that they can be entrepreneurs. All of a sudden, I see my mom's bank account because we're attached to it. And all of a sudden, it goes up so fast. I'm like, oh my God, okay, mom, being an entrepreneur with Poshmark and YouTube and everything else you do. You do so, now you do Social Security. You're going to be so baller.
Right? I don't know.
You really are. Even for YouTube. I'm like, wait, how are you getting so much?
Well, it's like you said, all the big names in YouTube aren't doing it anymore.
They're all going to mom's channel.
Come to me.
They're going to Lena Paytas. I am shocked when I look at your channel. She gets like 10,000 to 15,000 views a video. That's crazy. She doesn't do any swipe up. I guess on Instagram you're doing good. You're posting.
Probably I have all clean material though. I'm not.
Maybe
that's why.
You and Jason just have the clean material and getting those premium ads.
Don't group me with Jason. No, I am nothing like. I don't even watch his channel, but no.
You do watch his channel. You're like, oh, he hasn't uploaded in 2 weeks.
No, I just look to see who's uploaded. I don't watch videos.
Just see if he's uploading.
I guess. Just see if I've caught up to some of these people. I don't know.
My mom will always tell me when things are happening. Like, I'm like, what is, like, she'll be like, oh, did you hear about this? Callie already told your story last week about the 2 YouTube twins that robbed the bank or whatever.
That is so crazy.
She talked about that.
First, I thought they were talking about Jake Paul because the FBI had gone wherever.
Why did he get Yeah, I mom was texting me stuff like, oh, do you know Alex and I like Aaron? I'm like, no, I don't know these people. Or Jake Paul, you always keep me updated on Jake Paul's situation. You always give me news. I should just go through the text messages of what my mom sends me.
Very secretive about that. Jake Paul and the roommate or somebody who lives with him or the guy who is in his house in Vegas. I don't know what it all was, but I watched the videos of it and it's like, you just never.
The guns, he got raided. The guns. I think someone tipped him off.
Was it just the guns?
Well, actually, there's someone who I think is like his manager or someone who lives with him. Like has a bunch of rape allegations against him. A bunch of girls that said that they were that he raped them. Ooh. That just came out last week too.
Oh, why?
He's like a bigger guy. He looks very slimy. Not because he's bigger. He just looks like a slimy guy. I don't know his name, but yeah, there's some rape allegations going on in that Team 10 house, and then the gun situation. There was like a rifle chilling by a jacuzzi. Like I'm like, he probably doesn't have licenses for those.
What's the Team 10 thing?
His house, I guess, like his thing that he lives in. His house is called that. I don't know, but I guess I don't know. That was the YouTube news. You always send me stuff. What else did my mom send me?
That's so crazy.
I feel like every time you text me, you're always like, "Oh, here's news of the day." I was like, "Okay."
That lady got arrested and handcuffed. She was a little older than me.
Who?
In Walt Disney World because she had CBD oil in her purse with her grandchildren.
Oh, you didn't send me that one.
No, I was going to report that on my channel, but
she had CBD. Wait,
so they
illegal.
handcuffed her, but there's a certain thing in there that it didn't have. It starts with a H. It's 3 letters, but it didn't have that, so it's okay to have CBD oil. Remember
THC.
Okay,
that makes it
what
weed.
Is that?
That makes it weed. But
and it didn't have it in there. She said, she just had it for her muscle aches, but they, I don't know if they found that out later, but they handcuffed her in front of her.
Wait, what state?
Down in Florida, Disney
Florida.
World, and now she's suing them for like $18 million because I know you get it in front of your grandchild. They were little. I'm like, oh, that's so sad. Look at this little baby.
I know. He was on there chilling. That must be his spot. He was on there chilling. What do you have in your drink there?
I don't know if I'm going to taste it, but I want to be like Suzanne Summers because she has like podcasts and stuff. And I just.
Oh, you don't want to taste it though?
Always has it on the rocks.
Is it vodka? Oh, you are going to taste a little bit. Is it vodka?
Smell it.
Okay. I thought you like taste it.
This is to Moses and everybody. Cheers.
Oh, it's tequila.
She always has white tequila on the rocks, but she has like a glass like 3 times as big, and she's
White tequila. Where'd you find that? I have that, or you?
yeah, you did.
I have that. In what bottle?
It was like Casadora's, I think.
Is it clear? The bottle's clear.
But she always has this, and she always says, they always ask her, because her and her husband were married, 44 years or more. And they're like, what's the secret to your marriage? And they're like, tequila and a lot of sex. So if you have tequila, you want a lot of sex. So
I feel like she lies about having that much sex.
every time you see her,
She's like, I have 5 times a day. I'm like, okay, did you have 5 times a day with your 80-year-old husband? I don't think so.
he's 84. He just turned 84.
Okay, they are not having
And
sex
he's
8
drinking
times a
his
day.
darker tequila. I'm like, maybe that's it. I mean, and she's got great skin for drinking alcohol all the time.
Yeah, but so do you. I feel like you drink a lot of your life. Not like an alcoholic, but I mean, you've always
Not
drank.
a lot, because when I had you kids, I didn't drink. And when you're bartending, you really don't drink.
Do you miss it? I feel like you should be able to drink now. You're retired. You should enjoy your life. Like now you're like deciding not to
I
drink.
don't know. My body feels better just drinking the beer.
I can't do alcohol. I try.
Yeah, she said if you're going to do it, do plant-based alcohol, which is tequila, comes from the agave plant. So I'm like, that's the only thing I would have. Not that much, but.
I do the boxed wine, like the wine box juice.
She said she used to do white wine. She goes, and then there's sugar in there. She goes, and I would drink like 4 or 5 glasses. And so she said that. I mean, she looks so great for her age. That reminds me, I have to order a Thigh Master.
Okay.
Remember, I used to have one a long time ago, and her legs look good. I'm like, maybe I can still have mine look good.
Do you think she actually uses it?
I think she does. If it's your product, why don't you use it? Do you use your products?
I don't have. What products do I have?
I still have your Trish perfume.
Yeah, that was bomb. That smelled good. But it was just me and like my friend Sergio like selling it out of like his house. But I mean, it was good.
That should be a collectible sometime.
Do you have all the perfumes? Remember we got those boxes from Sergio?
I never got those.
I remember having them. I don't know who helped me. I remember I had like a whole big box of them.
Somebody must have took
You would
them.
have poshmarked them.
I would have.
On there.
I know. He's so tired.
Oh my gosh. News of the day. What's been happening? Simon Cowell broke his back.
How do you break your back? First of all, and how do you break it on an electric bicycle?
He was in Malibu.
I don't know. It's not funny, but
electrical.
I thought if you break your back, you're paralyzed for life. I mean,
you always hear people say they broke their back, but I mean, I don't think everyone's paralyzed. I don't really know.
I mean, if you broke your back, doesn't that mean your spinal cord would have to break?
I don't know.
But I don't know. He's I guess went to surgery and stuff. I haven't heard, but
That just
anyway.
happened. Yeah.
Don't get an electric bicycle because I don't know. That's like people getting on those electric scooters that are around town, and you just, I don't know how you do it. You got
Are those
a
still a
card.
thing now with Corona?
I don't know, maybe not.
I haven't seen them as much. So I don't think that's like a thing.
But it's like, who just gets on and knows how to ride them, because you see them going so fast. And
yeah.
I feel like some people from the bar hops on them at night. I'm like, I don't know if that was a good idea because remember they used to have those, I forget what it was called. It was a car you could get in, like a little smart car or something, and you had a thing and you swiped it on the windshield.
What?
I had it one time, and they're parked at different places.
What? A car? A
Yeah.
full-ass car you can just take off those apps.
Yes, you sign up, you give them all your info. I forget what it was called.
That must have been short-lived. I never heard about it.
It went out, well, it wasn't Hermosa. It wasn't all around. And then it went down, and then it just said to Long Beach. But I don't even know if it's still around. But that was a good concept.
I don't know. There must have been something wrong. Someone must have stolen the car, damaged it or something. I mean, I feel like that seems awful.
Well, and you had to park it so you wouldn't get a ticket until, but it just seemed like a lot. That was what, I bet 7 years ago.
I didn't know. I've never heard of that. I never heard about that one. That's so. I think Sean might have done that. I think I remember him doing that with his family one time, like just picking up a van in like Santa Monica or something.
Well,
I think that was
this was a little car, but yeah.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
I don't even think maybe I never even used it. It sounded too complicated, but it sounded like a good idea if you needed a car. Like that time I got stranded in LA in Echo Park, I would have died for one of them cars. Remember, I couldn't get back home. I was trying to take the bus home from work, and where did I work at? Tarzana. And so...
how'd you end up in Echo Park from Tarzana?
Well, I took the bus, and I thought, okay, I was reading, it's going to go to where I live at the beach, And then I'm ending up in LA and we're circling. I thought, gee, I got to get out of here because now we're leaving LA. I don't know where we're going. Went to Acquisition Park, I think. Is that by Echo Park? And so then I just jumped off the bus at Echo Park. And then I don't know if it was a bad area.
Who were you living with? Were we living with us or
that guy on the Strand?
Oh my God, you want to get to Hermosa Beach?
He was mad at me. So, and I had my car at the, getting work done and it wasn't done that day. So I had to take a bus.
Where was your phone?
I don't know. Who was I going to call? You were in New York. You were out of town. Callie was out of town. And Nick was not there, and because he was out of state. But I'm like, okay, so I got on another bus in Echo Park because I thought, okay, this is it. And I just got off in downtown LA. And then I remember some guy came up to me, and hey, it was like 9 o'clock at night by now. And I tried to call you multiple times. I think you were with our guy.
Was that long ago?
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
And I was crying, and I tried to get a hold of Callie, and she's like, okay, I've got to go. I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't get it out. You know, she was always so short sometimes back in the day.
Not back in the day. But she just said in the last podcast, I'm like, why did you move out on your own? She goes, me and Mom butt heads too much. So say it all. This is the podcast. No, it's not a podcast. It's just YouTube at this point. So no longer a podcast.
And then my Uber app didn't work for some reason. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I tried to call Callie back, and then finally I called my son, and I said, I don't know how to get home. You know, I can't take any more buses. And he goes, just take a cab. And the only reason I wasn't going to take a cab because I thought, oh my God, it's going to cost me $100 to get back to the beach.
How much did it cost? You remember?
It was like $80.
How did you call it?
Well, that's another thing. I thought my phone, he called it. My son called it for me.
So you did have a phone because you called Nick.
I think it ran out of, I think it was running out of juice. So he said he would call me a cab. And the cab came, and the one I got finally, oh my God, I was so glad to be back home. And the cab guy goes, don't put the tip on there. Just give me the cash. I'm like, okay, really? Maybe I wasn't going to tip you now.
What did you say to your boyfriend when you got home?
I don't know. We weren't talking.
What do you mean you weren't talking? You lived together. You just said nothing?
He went in another bedroom, and I was coming to an end anyway, but I was so beside myself.
And then what did you do?
That was like drink? 6 hours of terror. No, I think I just went to bed and cried, but it's like the scariest thing in my life. Because I don't know LA, I don't know Echo Park, I don't know all that stuff.
How do you function now without Callie? How are you functioning?
I have a Jeep that you gave me.
First of all, not that.
I don't go anywhere.
No, last week you called me and had a breakdown because you're like, oh, today was the worst day ever.
It was.
I don't know how you function sometimes. I'm like, Mom, how are you even like...
When one thing, well, you know, when you lose the TV, you forget it.
What do you mean you lost the TV?
It didn't work. And long story short, it was just the batteries in my remote. But it's just like today, the electric goes out. I get up and 5 minutes, the electric's out. I'm like, oh, and then I couldn't come. You know, I was coming to see you, and it was so dark. I need more lamps.
Do you feel like you do better when someone lives with you, maybe, and helps you out?
No, because you figure it out. I mean, you do.
Well, you didn't, because then you called me and Callie's like, don't call Trisha.
Well, then that's when the video, you know, I do my YouTube videos, and I put a lot into them to get ready, my makeup in here, maybe not actual video, but and then it stopped, that QuickTime player again. I'm like, oh, I don't know.
You were going through it.
I know. And then Callie goes, don't call Trisha, she's busy with Moses.
Oh my God. First of all, not busy with Moses, but busy in general. But I mean, if I'm busy, I won't answer. That's what I always tell them. I'm like, I'm not going to answer, but I had nothing to do that. I think I called you actually that day.
You did. Like within, I mean, I ended up doing the other half. And I'm sorry to my YouTube people, but today we're going to try it with my phone. No more QuickTime.
The phone's going to be the way to go.
It was just so frustrating. And
I feel like you get overwhelmed easily, though. That's what I'm saying. Maybe you should, like, I feel like you thrive better living with somebody.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Mm-mm.
Okay, because you got overwhelmed by the Uber, you got overwhelmed by the TV, and then your QuickTime.
I'm good, though, now. I mean, it's just, you know, I'm good. I like to live by myself. I do.
You never really live with someone again, you don't think?
Oh, man, you know, I don't think so. I mean, I could date somebody, but we'd have to have separate places. At this time of my life, I just don't think I could.
Is it because you're not attracted to people your age? I feel like that's your thing. You're like, ooh. Like, I feel like you're grossed out by a lot of people your age.
Yeah. I mean, guys want you to look real great, and then they can look awful.
Why
but
is that? I know.
they're bossy.
I go on my mom's Bumble and I'm like, I like older guys, and I find Dennis Quaid is in his 60s and he looks hot.
Where are them guys? Not that I'm gorgeous, but I mean, these guys look like they're 90 that are my age.
It's weird. It is weird how guys don't age as nice. I guess maybe because girls can keep up with themselves more, maybe makeup and Botox and stuff, and guys just don't care.
I don't know, but they still want the young, good look. I'm like, really?
What cracks me up is when they want that and they're like living in a basement. Remember that one that pretended he was like a doctor or something, but he was like living in someone's basement?
For you?
Me. It was like he was living. It was like on Valentine's Day. Who was that one?
I see he just put up on his Facebook. Oh, that was a couple years back. But I see he rushed. He must have just got in a relationship. He threw it up there on Facebook because I follow him and we kind of messaged. But I thought, oh, okay, whatever, dude.
Oh, do people still do that on Facebook in a relationship? That's so funny.
In his 60s, I guess they think it's a thing. I'm like probably like I'm gonna see it because he still wanted to meet for a drink.
Wait, recently he wanted to meet?
Yeah.
What did he say he was? He was. My mom's like, oh, he's a doctor, but then he had like a roommate and like lived in a basement and had like one couch or something. And I was like, is he a doctor?
Like apparently he gives a lot of money to his daughter. It's like, but
you dated so many people that were like, I'm a doctor, and then they like live with 3 roommates. I'm like, Mom, they're not doctors if they're living with 3 roommates.
What was worse, he had just a mattress that high on the floor. I'm like, okay, and his roommate, they had no furniture, and he goes, oh, he eats my food, which there was no food in there. It was like fish and rice. It's like, yeah.
You're like the real life Dirty John woman.
He must have money because he goes and travels and
he doesn't have money. He does have money if he's living like that.
How do you snow ski all winter?
You can still have your. Does he?
Yeah, he'll put his pictures up there. But.
Maybe he goes with someone. He leeches off them.
Maybe. No, when we went out, he would always pay for everything. So,
did you guys get separate meals or?
Oh yeah, we had to split meals too.
Oh my God!
I remember that was like, I can't do this again. I had just gotten off with that other guy. I thought, oh my God. Actually, and that other guy that lives in my place, we split. I think we split one night. I'm like, oh.
I heard
a drink. I think we split a drink.
Someone, I think it was a TikTok. Someone said that they were going on a date with someone from Bumble or whatever, and the guy texted beforehand like, okay, we're going to split the check or something like that. And the girl was like, I don't mind that. Honestly, I'll just pay for the whole fucking thing. I don't care. But like, so tacky to just say that. I don't know. I value a lot when a guy pays. I like every time I've gone out so far with Moses, he always paid. I mean, I don't care. I actually don't mind splitting. I will say that, like when you're in a relationship, because like someone shouldn't always have to do it, but he's always paid. And and even just paying once, I'm like, wow, because no one's really paid for me.
You've always paid for everybody.
I always pay for everybody, and it's so nice to have.
That's nice. Thank you, Moses.
Even when we went out, like me and Callie and him, he paid. I was like, I can pay. Like my sister's with us, you know what I mean? Like he's very that person. Which
I have not found anybody like that out here.
Honestly, I don't think I have either. I've never. I'm trying to think. I guess Jason would go on and off. I mean, he's the only one that paid, but no one else. Like I can't think of any other person who paid. I always paid. Even when I would tell you I didn't, I'd like always pay. Like I always did. I was just
even your friends. I mean, you would think they would at least offer to pay half.
I mean, Shane always pays for my dinner.
Who?
Shane.
Oh, yeah, but I mean,
Rylan. They always do, and they never ask for. I mean, I guess also it's like different because obviously they're YouTubers and they make money and stuff like that. So, but I mean, they always just get all the food.
But I feel a lot of people have invited themselves for you to take them out.
I'm trying to think of who you're talking about. Hold on, without saying it. Invite themselves. Like, I mean, a few. I mean, I can think of like people who like lived with me, or you remember the one that like asked for $50,000?
Oh, jeez.
I had a guy that literally, and I knew him for years, like 4 or 5 years. No, probably 6 years I knew him. And the last final straw, like we were fine. We'd always go out to eat. And honestly, I didn't mind paying. Like, I don't mind paying for people when we got to eat because I like to go out to eat. So if someone can't afford it, it's fine. I'll like pay for you. It's actually not. We didn't date really, so it wasn't that like it wasn't like that. But I was always paying. And although he would always invite himself out and like pick it. Or you remember the one in December too with the sushi? Remember I told you about him? He would always pick the sushi place, but then I had to pay for it.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
And he's got money.
He's got money.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's so crazy. But the other one, the one guy, the one back to the one from I knew 6 years, he's like, can I just get $50,000? That's like for no reason. Like this is a time where I didn't have $50,000 in my account. But if I did have $50,000, why would I give it to you?
It's like you give it to your mom or your sister.
Yeah.
Working.
But that's what he would use as an excuse. Like, oh, you give money to like your family. And I was like, first of all, I was paying back my mom at the time because I remember I took out $100,000 loan for my mom at one point. So I'm like, was paying money back to my mom. Also, none of your fucking business if I was paying her anyways, just out of my fucking thing. But I mean, my mom might like owe everything too, because I remember you gave me like, what was it, $100,000 for like house furniture at one time, and like we were at some store and you're like, here's 45,000, because my mom got an inheritance and she so generous just gave it to every kid. That's why I was like, you deserve everything.
But you more than paid that back.
But even my Jeep, I think about my Jeep, my Bug, you got me, like all my car, like when I really needed it. So that's why I was like, I always want to give it back to my mom tenfold. Anyways, not the point. But to say that, like, oh, you give money, like, it's not your fucking business to get money
he's not young. It's not. It's like he was able-bodied. He had a college degree. He was at least late 40s.
Yeah, well, and maybe 50. I think
maybe
he was
now.
Yeah.
And I think he's still mooching off of somebody. He went to the East Coast and back.
Okay, don't say too much.
Okay, but anyway, he had a good job then. He was like
he did construction. Yeah, he did have a good job, and he was getting
money, and that's
like
when you didn't hear from him at all.
Yes, that happened recently to me too. I won't say who, but someone else has come back that I didn't hear from for like 3 months, and all of a sudden he's back, and I was like, what the? Or maybe not 3 months, maybe like a month, and then all of a sudden, like, and the time me and Moses weren't talking for 3 weeks, I was like texting him just to hang out, not even you know.
I know who.
I can show you his text. But he came back, and then he got pissed that I wasn't responding to him because he needed
money.
Something else.
Oh.
And
good. I'm glad you didn't.
And this one.
Okay, I don't have my glasses.
Oh, you can't see. Oh shit.
Old age. Let me see.
I don't think you're able to zoom in on the name. Can you see that? You can't see the name. Damn it. Trying to be all secretive. Anyways.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was.
Oh, okay. So he texted me yesterday, and I don't text him back right away because because he's supposedly moved out here, and then I was like trying to like get in touch with them or whatever, just to be friends. Like we weren't even dating, just to be friends. But then he like ignored me for like, and I even told you, I'm like, it's weird, he's out here and he's not talking to me. And then all of a sudden I hear from him, and then he's like, oh, never mind.
When they need something.
Yeah, and he's like, never mind. I guess you're just so happy with Moses and you don't care anymore. I'm like, even when I was with Moses, I was friends with him, because I remember one time Moses and I got in a fight, and I FaceTimed this person. Was so random. I don't know what was wrong with me. I like FaceTimed this person, and Moses even talked to him. So like even while I was talking to Moses, like I was still friends with this person. So it wasn't like I cut him off completely. But then all of a sudden he stopped talking to me for 3 weeks, and then this guy comes back and when he needs something, and I was like, what is wrong with people, and what is wrong with me that I'm attracting these people? It's so
that's
awful.
Good you didn't respond. That's all you can do.
No, I would never. And I stopped responding to people. They're so annoying. And there's a guy on Bumble that keeps like harassing me on Instagram. Every time I post something, he's like, oh, so happy for you. I guess I can't get a text back. I'm like,
that's why I wasn't going on dating sites, and I have been on Bumble, and there's just one guy that just keeps going, okay, I'm waiting to hear from you. I'm like,
why don't they get that? Wait, this one guy I was talking to.
I need my glasses.
Well, I can read this one because this is just a random Bumble guy.
Okay.
And he was like cute, and he had like somewhat of a good job or whatever, but he literally was like, when can we see, like he keep asking kind of like you, when can we see each other, stop disappearing on me, all this stuff. And I was like, and this is like, okay, I'm obviously like kind of dating someone, so I was just like, okay. And then now it became like I'm officially dating somebody, so I was just like, okay, now that I'm officially dating somebody, like I'm not gonna talk to people anymore, whatever. And then he's like, when can we see each other? He goes, I'm supposed to be a priority, miss. Like he said this in the thing. And then he's like, I'm supposed to be a priority, miss. And then and all I did was question mark, because this was right at the beginning of when I was starting to like seriously date this other person, and Moses obviously. And so then I was like, I put a question mark, so I was like, what are you doing? Because he sent me all these things like, I want to give you a hug. Like he kept saying, and I kept ignoring. But then he's like, I'm supposed to be a priority. And I'm like, question mark, what? And then I shouldn't have even responded to that. But then he goes, I'm serious. Here's are the rules. A, you're a social media queen. You are on your phone every second of every day around the clock. It's your livelihood and world. So if I text and I'm in your hands at all times, just say, hey babe, busy, I'll text you later. I cannot stand when I hit up and don't hear back. I am very busy and have a career as well, but always have time for my people or person. I don't care if you're getting pounded out. Say, babe, I'm busy, getting boned, I'll text you later.
Do you know this guy?
No, I
you need to block him.
Met him, never talked on the phone to him. I was like, ew, and I didn't respond, but I'm like, like what? We're like not. I don't even know you, and like you're like, you have to text me back. I know your phone's in your hands at all times. I'm like,
you just need to block.
He's
him.
also on my Instagram, and anytime I post like me and Moses like holding hands, like, oh wow, so happy for you. I guess this is why I don't hear back. Get the fucking hint, like.
There's some creepers on there.
Oh my
God. You don't
God.
know. There again, you don't know who's at the other end.
But then if you tell them like I'm not interested, then they can get nasty too.
Tell them you're getting engaged, which that'll probably not shut them up either. But
no. Well, I was talking about this with Moses the other day too. Like it is. Can you see
or just
or no?
say nicely, please stop. I don't want to have.
People come back around as soon as you get in a relationship or anything. People come back around. Look who called me on. Can you see or no?
Maybe.
Oh, look who called me on Thursday. Is it better if I hold it further? And left left a voicemail. Look, voicemail on Thursday.
Oh, I got to see that afterwards. This could really be a juicy YouTube.
I was like, what? And then the other guy came back around. Like, all these
what
people.
was it? You don't have to say, but was it something good or no? Just being nosy.
Checking up on you, making sure you're okay. Haven't heard from him in years.
No, right? He was not there for you when you needed him.
Oh my God. I was like,
something's going on then. They just don't come out of the blue for nothing.
But it always happens. Like whenever I start seeing somebody, like it always happens, and it's never like I don't know. It's so weird. Like it's so bizarre, and it's so
that is.
I don't know.
It always happens in the same week. All these people come back. It's like
that's what I'm saying. Was it a full moon? What was happening? It was such a weird week. And welcome to intermission. I hope you guys got a snack and some drinks. Or intermission's over now.
I didn't get a snack.
Oh, do you want a snack?
No, I'm good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I drank all this. This pamplemousse. Why do they call it pamplemousse when it's actually just grape, or what is this, grapefruit or something?
I think it's another language, isn't it? That says grapefruit. That's what I always thought.
It doesn't even say grapefruit on there anymore, does it?
It's a Isn't that what pamplemousse is in a different language? I don't know.
But it is.
That's what I thought.
But it used to say grapefruit or whatever.
Oh.
If you could go to any country in the world, where would you go?
You know, ever since Mexico, the last time, I'm pretty good about staying in the United States.
Yeah. Married at First Sight went to Mexico. I'm like, yeah, why would they go to Mexico?
Have you watched it though?
Yes.
I don't know if we talked about this,
Thoughts?
but they're my favorite couple. But he is
who?
The guy who, what's his name? I don't even know.
Bennett?
No. Okay, Bennett and Amelia are married at first sight. 90 Day Fiance.
I talked to Married at First Sight.
Talking about. Who went to Mexico?
They went to Mexico for their honeymoon. All of them are in Mexico in the water.
I thought you were talking about the guy that went to
the gay guy, the gay couple. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, we can talk about them. What are their names? I forget.
I know.
What is his name?
Armando and
Kenneth. Oh yeah, Kenny or something. Kenneth.
Wow, my brain still works.
Wow. Okay, 90 Day Fiance Stan. But we got that tonight.
I know. But I don't know if that's all. Staged, because they're always trying to hold his hand or kiss him in public. And poor Armando, he's like, no, because Mexico is kind of homophobic, right?
Is it though? I guess.
Well, that's what he said. Well, maybe it's the section he lives in, but it's just, his dad hasn't come around at all. So, but I feel like
Mexican culture, because Angel said when he came out to his mom was pissed and didn't talk to him for a long time.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be. But and they would sit down, and, things aren't as clean in some areas, and the guy's like,
their house looks nice. Their condo looks good.
Right, but I get it. It's probably for the show too.
Wait, what was your thought on that though?
On them?
Like, why'd you bring that up? What was the point of it? Or you just saying?
I just thought, he went to Mexico and it's like such a culture shock for him because I don't know if he was a nurse or something. So if he had a lot of money and he lived well, and everything, and then you go down there to where their area is, and it's like, kind of.
You think that's the biggest culture shock on the show?
No.
What do you think is the biggest one on the show?
Are we talking now what?
90 Day. Not Married at First Sight. They're all in freaking New Orleans.
I think it's that. I don't know their name, but the one where the parents don't talk English and they told their son that she went to prostitute. Yeah.
Yazan. That's in Jordan. That's right next to Israel.
Yeah.
He's Muslim.
Yeah. I don't know. They seem to love each other, but if you have to live the way that your parents want you to, it's not going to work.
I learned how to say hooker in Hebrew, Zona.
Oh, great. Okay.
Zona Shali. Oh, no, Shona Shalha. I'm his hooker. So I was like, maybe if I go to Israel, I can just tell people I'm your hooker.
There you go.
I love learning Hebrew. No, that one I think, that's so funny. The podcast with Moses saying I want Yazan on my show, or someone of Muslim culture, because I wonder if it's that intense. Like, the show makes it seem like you forget your family. Once you come here, you become Muslim. Like, don't talk to your family. Like, don't hug. Like, is that really Muslim culture?
I don't know. Where's Moses? Hey, Moses.
Okay, he's not Moses. He's not Muslim. That's what I was asking him. But that's why I was saying I want to get someone that's Muslim.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know about.
Do you remember the
cultures.
Persian guy I dated? Not dated, but he came to the strip club a lot.
Yeah.
From Encino. Mm-hmm. He was Muslim.
Didn't we see him on a billboard?
Yes!
Selling something. I don't even know what he was selling.
But I don't know if he was selling something. It looked almost like a men's fashion ad, but I don't think he was selling anything. It just had his name.
That sounds like a different lifetime.
It literally just had his name on these billboards, and we saw him all over. It was all over LA. I saw him like 3 times. And I was like, that's the guy that came in the... But then he's Muslim, but he's in a strip club, so I'm always confused by that. And Soulja Boy, too. He's Muslim, but...
I think anybody can go in a strip club.
I don't think so. That's like against our culture.
Oh, well... People do things that you're not supposed to anyway on anything.
I guess. So I guess you're not like maybe fully Muslim or something. Muslim. Have you ever dated a Muslim guy?
No.
Have you ever dated a Middle Eastern?
No.
Have you ever dated Asian?
Who?
Asians? An Asian guy?
Yes, remember? He was
yeah.
anesthesiologist.
Oh.
He was like, well, I was early 50s. I think he was 70. But I can't remember. He was mean, kind of.
Why?
I don't know. We would have to go out for, his kind of food, which I didn't know a lot about. And I know one time I was supposed to meet up with him in Van Nuys because I think he lived in towards Beverly Hills. And he goes, so I went there and he wasn't there and it was really busy. And I remember these ducks were hanging down from the ceiling.
Ducks?
And
Like
ducks,
quack?
like ready to fry. And it was so busy. And he came in, he was a little late. And he goes, why did you get us a table? I'm like, okay, I didn't know how to do it
This is your first meeting?
That was our second time, but it was like...
Oh, he was already
ooh.
comfortable with you, though. He's like, why didn't you get stable?
No, he wasn't nice the first time either.
Why'd you go out with him
But
the
we
second
had
time?
sushi both times. Like, I can't do this, but...
You're not a sushi
I
fan.
didn't. That was the
love
last
sushi.
time I went. I'm like, mm-mm.
Did he look 70 or did he look... Because usually
Yeah,
Asians look pretty good. Really? Well, do you know what kind of Asian? Like, what country? I was talking about Koreans. Because ever since, like, Jihoon and Devon,
yeah.
I love him. He seems so sweet. I mean, he's not all together there,
Yeah.
but he seems...
Oh, really?
I love Korean guys. I always...
I mean, it would, but I just, I wasn't attracted to that one.
I thought Zach Troy was hot. I always thought he was so hot.
he's very cute.
And he dresses so nice and he's so sweet. I thought
He's
he was
very
so...
sweet.
Although he never... Yeah.
I wouldn't go back to, why did you ask me about the Mexican one, going to Mexico on their honeymoons?
No, I said, oh, what country would you like to visit? You're like, definitely not Mexico. And I'm like, oh, did you see Married at First Sight? Went to Mexico. And then you went on a
Did you see
different...
that resort? I'm like, I guess if you were in a resort, we'd be safer. I don't know.
don't
We
know
just
where
had a
they
really bad
were.
experience.
Yeah, I've had a couple bad experiences down there. But
From the
I don't
airport
know.
to where we stayed, it's like,
Did you see him dressed in a dress, Bennett?
Yes.
I thought they looked comfortable.
I love them, but I tell you, her outfit with the flower hat and no, honey, I get it. You want to dress vintage, but
Or as Moses would say, okay, we get it. You're quirky. You guys don't have to be so out there all the time. Like,
I mean,
they
he
just
dressed.
try.
At least he dressed better than her. I'm
He's
like,
very
oh,
handsome.
gee.
But then, what was it that they said? Like, oh, he doesn't believe that having kids is ethically like moral or something.
Because there's so many that need to be adopted, and I get it, but their kids would be amazing, I think.
Amazing how.
I mean, like, could you imagine the quirkiness with them kids?
It's too much. Like we were saying, I think when you're too similar, it doesn't like work. I think it does. I mean, you don't want to be two opposites, but you don't. When you're too similar, Moses said he dated an artist in college that was just like him, and he's like, oh, I found someone just like me, and he said it was awful because everything was like the same. They had nothing to talk about. They're like, oh, did you see? Like everything was like the same. They had the same thoughts about everything. There was nothing exciting. He goes,
Okay, but it's like she's got this really great job, right? She's a doctor and going to residency, and he really doesn't do anything. So that's kind of
he
the
owns
opposite.
a theater.
Right. He owned a theater.
Yeah, he owns a theater.
Bennett?
Yes, an acting theater, like where they put on plays and stuff. He's like, I have my playhouse or whatever it is.
Oh, well, who knows what that looks like, though. It could have 12 seats in it.
Oh my god, I think it to be too similar is like not a good thing.
I don't know, but that outfit I could not do. I'm like, ugh. And then, I think she wore it on the plane. I'm like, oh, honey.
Not
Go back to the birdhouse in your hair is what I thought.
I
It's
know.
like,
Check-
that was okay, Or
I
the
mean-
girl, her bridesmaid with the veils and the fringe. That was cool, but
No, oh my god, when they rode in on a unicycle, that was so
Bennett
weird and
loved
awkward.
it.
I don't think he did. I think even he was like, I feel like even he was
the
weirded
mom,
out.
I think the mom. But then again, they edit, so you don't know if that's a face that was to that, take a picture in time.
I
or-
love Married at First Sight. If my relationship doesn't work out, I'm going on that show 100%. Could you imagine Married at First Sight LA? Like the kind of people they find? Because it has to be in the same city. Like everyone's always in the same city that each season.
Right. And everybody's saying, the ones that are on it this season, oh, New Orleans is so tiny. It's just a little. I'm like, that you're going to
yeah.
meet the same people? How
It's
can that be
not.
little?
New Orleans is huge. I don't know why they say that.
I know. I
guess
think they said it was 400,000 people. That is not tiny.
I can see, I guess, in the sense of LA is small. Like, a lot of the same people. So like maybe in
Right.
that sense. Or like
Maybe.
we've met before or something. I don't
Because
know.
only the same people go out, or single people looking. Once you find somebody, they
I mean,
don't.
the amount of people I know that know other people I know, I mean, it is kind of small. I feel like I know, like,
It
you
is
know.
a lot of things that come full circle with you, with people. It's really crazy
Yeah.
in the business at the time, but
I know. I feel like it's kind of like that's kind of small and quaint.
but there's still. I think Bennett is so cute.
Oh, he's so
cute.
hot.
And he's funny. I want a funny guy. There's no funny guys out there.
It's hard to find funny.
Is Moses funny?
Oh my God, that's so weird you said that. Last night I literally told him, you're so fucking funny. When I first met him, he was so serious, like never made jokes. Last night he was making so many jokes and I was like, you are so funny. And no one will ever get to see that, which is sad because he's like, I only do it when I'm like comfortable around somebody. Because I'm like, he was making so many jokes, but I feel like he's so socially awkward with everybody and he knows that too. And he's just like, he just doesn't make jokes around people. And I'm just like, oh, because he's so funny. And I was like, oh, nobody will ever get to see it. Because every time I what is it called? Like when I get someone ready to meet him, what was it? Like a preempt somebody, I'm like, oh, he's very serious and quiet and shy. I don't know.
I know. And then the night we were watching TV together, it was like, he is fine.
Oh,
funny,
yeah. That was weird, actually.
Conversationalist. He's good.
Yeah. No, he's very funny, which is really weird because he never used to be. This week was the week of being funny. And I was just like, oh my God, who are
Wow.
you? He was very funny. But, and then Jason, I guess, was funny. But I'm trying to think. Sean was... He was really energetic. I don't know if he was like funny cracking jokes.
That's the kind of, I don't need somebody like that right now at my age. I look at
know,
things
you
like
should
to
date
go
someone.
hiking, like this guy said, I want to go hiking with your bike at my, swipe left. No.
We talked about that in the vlog yesterday about people who said like, oh, they must love hiking or something like that. And I was like, I say in my Bumble specifically, I don't go to the gym. I don't hike. Like, that's what you need to know about me because I can't. Even yesterday going on that walk, I was trying to impress him because I thought you wanted to get an Uber back maybe. And I was like, well, I just wanted to like impress you to show I can do this because I kept asking him like, I want to go on walks. And I think I'll be getting that better next time if I go with my leggings. And now I know how far he walks.
Get some chaps inside.
Yeah, I think next time I'll be more prepared. I just wasn't prepared, but yeah, the hiking. But yeah, funny is fun. But I don't know. Funny is important. I think if you don't laugh with someone, then ooh.
Well, then getting back to Mary Cheryl, talk about who is not funny is, and I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't know if it's called the edit or what, that Henry.
Oh, no, I don't. Well, maybe it's the edit. I'm hoping it's the edit.
He's always not even making eye contact.
Oh, but she's also...
Well,
she's
this
a bitch.
is what I heard, I don't know if you saw the mom and dad when they got together, but he's so...
She doesn't have a dad. She doesn't have a dad.
No, Henry's dad.
Oh, yeah, he's like
obnoxious. And they said, if you live with that all your life and he cut Henry down like that, maybe that's how he is, hanging his head.
Yeah.
I thought, exactly, maybe that is
He
something.
was cutting him down at the wedding, being like, oh, he had no... Yeah, that was crazy,
He wants to be like the life of the party. I don't know if he's trying to get his own TV show. Like,
everybody's
but it's
trying.
like... I get that maybe, Henry has just been belittled all his life. And I'm like, well, that would make sense. But that girl is not the one for him.
No. And then the girl's like such a bitch to her mom. Remember her train got caught and she goes, Mom, get the train. I was like, oh my God. Like,
and then she goes, I am not moving from here. Like,
I know.
You are on TV. You think you'd be a little over... not yourself. At least be nice.
Even when the producer's like, can you do a little iPhone vlog before we got on the aisle?
Oh, yeah.
She goes, no, I'm not doing it. And then she's like, she's going down the aisle. Like, I was like,
I know.
Wow.
They are not going to make it.
And then his girlfriends came over to her. Did you see Trishelle? She was from the Real World. Your birthday's coming up.
Well, wait, we got to go back to Trishelle.
Do we have to go back to Trishelle?
No, but I don't get it because they've only had one date and she thought he was so boring. Why is she on there? I guess for the drama.
Maybe because she's Trishelle from the Real World.
Oh, please. That's like 30
why
years
is she doing
ago.
New Orleans?
She comes on there like everybody's knows her. I'm like, honey, you were stupid on that show anyway, so.
Married at First Sight, y'all.
Right?
Sponsor us. You can watch it on Lifetime.
I know. I want to do Pillow Talk. How cool is that for a job?
Mom, you were never on the show. You have to be on the show to do Pillow Talk.
Okay. Well, get on the show so we can do Pillow Talk.
I don't find Pillow Talk to be
and
that funny.
And your Beetlejuice bed right here. Why don't you take you guys could like have somebody that's not on the show, and that would be a different kind of opinion.
The new bedroom I'm getting in the new house is going to be a Roman. Did I tell you my Roman bed on white marble? Oh. Moses said he can get a slab of white marble, put the bed on it, and then also white marble stairs going up. Because we were watching a movie about pharaohs in Egypt, and they had that bed with the big pillars.
You gonna get a pharaoh head on it too?
Yeah,
or the Sphinx, I guess.
No, the pharaoh head. Moses was one. It was the pharaoh's son.
Wow.
So we were doing all of it. It was very cool. Anyways, that's a side note. Yeah, that's going to be in the new house. And the new set for my new podcast. I was telling Callie last week that we're going to do like we're going to make this a TV show. Like I'll have like a little booth where people can perform, and then there'll be a little announcer. Callie can be like the announcer. You can be like my co-host, like Uncle Frank or like, Ed McMahon. Like
everybody's like, who's Uncle Frank? No, Frank was your dad.
Because she was Guillermo. I'm Jimmy Kimmel. That's the whole thing. But your birthday is coming. You're going to be 62.
Yay! Social Security check coming. That's all I care about turning 62.
How do you feel?
I feel really good. I've been getting out more, and
You seem, I just love how happy you seem. And my dad too. I was talking to my dad who's 64, and he on the way back from Colorado, like stopped at parks and hiked and stayed in hotels, and they like went to go eat at places. I was like, I'm glad you guys are enjoying your life. It makes me happy. Like,
Yeah,
and it's like,
it's like you said, you're the age, you're the happiest you've ever been. That's how I feel right now.
yeah. And Callie said it, so it's a good happy vibe. My brother, I think, is happy, and
Yeah,
it's good. I know. I feel like,
fingers crossed it stays that way.
yeah. I feel like we struggled for so like long
Yeah.
to be
Well,
settled.
too, and we got our health, so got to do what we can. Hopefully, it stays there. But when you get older, you don't know. So I'm like, okay, I got to get out and meet, find my friends, and I may probably go back maybe to my class reunion, which I went to my first one, I think, of 5 years, but
How many years has it
they
been?
still acted like they were in high school. So I believe this next one is my
55.
50th. No, it's a 50th.
I think I graduated 76.
Yes.
So 55 and 21.
55 already?
And 21. Well, it's only not 50. It's not a
76.
zero. 50.
Oh, 16.
40?
45.
45. 51? 45?
It's 45. Why did I think it was 50?
Oh, I thought it was 55.
50
'cause
would
then it
be
was 5.
26. So, yeah, 21. Yeah. 45. Hi.
You got a friend.
I got
And what are you gonna get for your what are you gonna get for your birthday? What's your present?
I forget what it's called, but how I always complain if you follow me on YouTube, my fat in my back. I cannot get rid of it. And I think it's because I've had, my boob jobs and a tummy tuck. So I think the fat can't get in there, so it all gets pushed to my back. So I'm going to have that thing that...
What is it, like laser or is it like ice? Is it like numbing?
No, Callie said it's not like free, whatever that is.
It's freezing. It freezes your fat.
Does it?
I don't know.
think that one is.
Oh, okay.
This is a laser thing that she said that goes through, but I know Callie had it done. She looks amazing.
Do you have to? Can you go by yourself, or do you need someone to take you?
I don't know. I have to call. I called Callie last night. I said maybe they don't even do it my age because
No.
maybe the elasticity in an older person doesn't work. I don't know. I had to call on that.
62 is young. Oh my god, you act like
No, but I mean, skin's different. What am I?
sure they do
35 years
it.
older than Callie. I mean, skin is different.
Well, if you want a lipo, I can pay. That'd be your
no,
birthday
I'd
present
rather
too.
try this because
Less evasive.
I think I've had enough. Yeah, I think I've had enough
No,
surgeries.
I really
and
want to
that.
get my boobs done, but I'm just like, oh, it's so much work. Okay.
Then my sidekick.
Aw. He loves being in the pod room.
I miss this little boy. He moved out on me.
Oh, I know. It's like a reunion when you came. I just woke
know.
up when my mom came and my sister came. It was like I was out of the. I was like, oh, what's happening? Because I was sleeping this morning. I went to sleep around 8 o'clock and woke up like right when you guys came. I felt
Did ya?
so disheveled and out of it. I've been having weird dreams and just like awful dreams lately. I don't know, like sad dreams.
Oh, that's not good.
I know.
I dropped my new Jeep got keyed. I'm like,
oh,
I know.
What
that made me
means?
so sad. I don't know. Don't park out in a public lot.
Oh my god! Could you imagine someone doing that?
No, that would be so sad.
People just be like that. People like my neighbor is just like calling the cops for no reason on my security guard. I'm like, why can't people just be normal?
Mind their own business. That's what I don't get. You live vice. That's why, your neighbors, if you get neighbors so close, it's like, ugh, then you got to, be friends with them or put up with them. I'd be like Lisa Marie, when they have a house, I guess, the Presleys out in Calabasas, and the neighbors were saying, oh, they just keep to themselves. They don't wave to us or anything. I thought that's how it should be. Everybody just keep to yourself.
I'm friendly. I mean, I'll wave. Like, I'm not gonna not wave.
You see all these feuds of the neighbors on my ID channel. Just saying.
I was just gonna say we haven't mentioned true crime this whole podcast,
Oh
Mom.
man, there were some neighbor fights, and then always one of them ends up getting shot. And that was self-defense. I'm like, oh, you guys are so stupid.
Oh, Stephanie Sue had a story this week about true crime, and basically, long story short, but it was in Seoul or South Korea or something like that. And basically, there was like an Asian family that was friends with this like young Asian guy that lived next door. It was an Asian family with 4 kids. The 4 kids all get murdered, and no one knows how. But like, there was no forced entry. Like, obviously, the kids or someone let them in. All 4 kids got murdered. Basically, then like the Uber driver was able to because he called an Uber, said, "Oh, this is the guy." It was their next door neighbor, and I guess apparently he said there's this thing called 4D. It's like a lotto ticket where you pick 4 numbers and then you win money. Like, it's every day they have this lottery. And he said, "Can you buy me this lotto ticket?" And I guess they bought him, and I guess his number is 1. And then he's like, "Oh my God, you guys, like my number's 1. Do you have the lotto ticket for me?" And they're like, "Oh no, we forgot to buy it." And he's like, Oh,
I
like,
think I saw that
did
one.
you see it?
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then so he let a couple months pass, and then he saw they bought like a mini bus or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess went and, I mean, it never actually was proven. It's still unsolved technically, but I guess they said that he probably just went and, because the kids knew that him and they, you know, the parents would work or whatever. And I guess he thought that they lied about the.
I would think that too. That's a pretty good accusation.
Oh my God, so you're gonna go murder their kids? Like, that's so intense.
That's pretty extreme.
And then
but,
he sent
you
them a
know,
letter like, oh, now you'll never have any more offspring, like, ha ha ha, or something like that. Because it's a big thing, I guess, in like South Korea to have like kids. And she was like tied
he
up.
didn't murder the parents though.
No, he just murdered the 4 kids, and the parents lived. And she had to watch like each of them like get buried in the casket, and then he's like, ha, so, and then her tubes were tied, so she can't have kids anymore. And then he's like, oh, you can't have
Wow.
kids, ha ha ha, like sign the murderer or something like that.
Oh, maybe I didn't see that one. There was something else like that. Only they killed the mom too. But wow, that's crazy. But that's what money does, you know. When you don't have any, and
What if they didn't actually do it though? What if they didn't get the ticket?
well, it sounds like.
But also, why did he ask them to buy the ticket?
Was he going to be out of town or something? Maybe.
I think he came over that day to be like, hey guys, like I won, like where's the ticket? Like
That
the
is so weird that you would win, and that's the day he didn't get the ticket though. That's fishy too.
Yeah, her fiance was like, how credible is this story? Because that sounds weird. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
But
true.
technically it's unsolved, and I guess he got arrested but never convicted, so I guess maybe it just didn't.
The thing is, though, if he did it in front of the mom, why didn't she know he did it?
No, he didn't do it in front of her. They were gone.
Oh, you mean when they were getting ready for the funeral? That's who she.
Huh?
I thought you meant he was burying the kids or something.
No, like during the funeral, she was like
Oh.
fainting and stuff, watching her kids get like buried in the
Oh,
casket,
yeah.
and I mean she had 4 of them, and they all died, and it was crazy. I'm like, oh my God, true crime.
Yeah.
You should do that. I told my mom she should totally knock off Stephanie Sue and do mukbangs while talking about true crime. I love her. I don't even watch true crime, but the way she explains it makes it not so scary. Oh, did you know about that child star that her dad murdered her in the 80s?
Which one? There's probably were a few, but
She was let me show.
just recently or what? They found the killer?
This was in the 80s. Child star.
She's murdered by her dad?
Yeah, murdered by father. I just saw this story. Oh, this girl, Judith Barcy, was shot in the head by her father in a drunken rage. He then shot his wife before turning the gun on himself.
Which show was she on?
She was on so many shows. What was she on? She was on Jaws. She was in The Land Before Time, All Dogs Go to Heaven. She was on a show. She was on a bunch of commercials, career. She was on, I don't know. She's been on a bunch of she was on like guest appearances. Oh, Growing Pains. She was on for a lot of episodes.
Oh.
And she was like a 10-year-old, but she started doing commercials when she was 4.
Why'd the dad kill her?
He was just jealous.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
And he would he would tell her like
Wow.
she's ungrateful, even though they lived in a $3 million house that she bought and stuff like that, basically with her money. And he just was, the neighbors were all wanted to be like her friend and stuff because they wanted to be like on the set and stuff. And he was jealous, and he would yell at her in parties. And
There had to be something more wrong with that guy's brain.
isn't that
That's
crazy?
Crazy.
Could you imagine? Like,
Crazy.
that's so scary. That's why I'm like scared to have like kids. I'm like, where does that even happen? How does that flip in your head?
I know. I mean, that's why you must have something wrong in your brain. There's no way you could kill your own child. You know,
my
if
God.
if you're thinking normal and you gotta, maybe his life was nothing, and maybe he didn't have a job, stayed home and got depressed and saw her going out and having fun, making money. I mean, you don't know. Some people are just.
Oh, yeah. And then he was jealous of the wife because the wife was taking her on the sets of everything. And so then he was jealous of her because I think he was working.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's there?
That's so crazy.
Anyways, we love having a true crime podcast. It's a little mini.
Right.
Maybe you could have your own spinoff. Now that we're canceled, you can have your own podcast to start another YouTube channel, do true crime with.
And maybe I'll have Joe Kenda as a co-host.
I was going to say Joe Rogan. I was like,
Call
oh,
me.
okay.
No.
Joe Kenda as the co-host. Anything else you want to plug? It's your birthday.
It's my birthday. Thank you all for the well wishes. I'm getting them already, so love you all.
Are you going to do a special anything on your YouTube for your birthday?
I should, huh? Buy myself a cake.
Oh, well, we're going to take you out. You could do like leftovers on your birthday.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Very
Definitely.
excited.
Me too.
Her first outing
Bought a
since
new
the quarantine.
outfit.
Oh, you have a new
I
outfit?
know.
Oh, is that what you got, the new dresses? Oh, I'm very excited about
Hopefully
that.
it fits. Well,
Ooh, I'm
know.
going to get dressed up too. I'm going to dress up that day and
Yeah.
get my hair and makeup. I'm going to just like glam for you.
I mean, I hope the parking lot's like, if that's where we sit, or do we
Yeah.
sit on the sand, you think?
It's on the parking lot, but it's pretty. Like, I've seen people
Oh,
inside
okay.
eating. It's like, it's cute. It's not
Okay.
like trashy. It's me and Smash Bros, you know?
It's
so.
like maybe I should dress more casual and not,
Either way, I mean, it's the beach. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
going to wear like just a
Yeah, I'm not-
casual,
yeah.
but I'm going to dress up.
I'm not
'cause-
going to wear like diamonds and glitter.
I mean,
and,
it's your birthday though. You should
well, maybe my tiara. Get that out.
get everything. You can order 4 mac and cheeses.
They'll be like, whoa, this woman.
yeah, why not? I feel like that's the place to go. So
Right.
it's my mom's birthday. You guys check her out on YouTube. She's under Elena Paytas. On Instagram, she's Mama Got Back 583. No longer on Twitter.
No, that was too much for me.
But Callie just joined Twitter, so there you go.
Well, you girls have fun.
All right. Well, thanks guys for watching. This has been The Dish with Trish, not the podcast, no longer with Podcast One, but we're still thriving on our own because
That's
this is
right.
fun for me. I like doing it, and we'll continue to. So we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.